Good afternoon, Mzwandile. Tomorrow, the official state visit kicks off. What is on the agenda?
Thank you very much. This is a very important occasion. I'm coming to you live from Paris. It seems the world has literally converged on this place. If you go around the streets of Paris, there's excitement. You would know that it's the final of the Euro Cup tonight between the host country, France and Portugal. So you can imagine the kind of excitement that is already in the city. And of course, South Africa is also paying a visit to France. President Jacob Zuma has just arrived in about a few minutes ago. He's been invited by French President François Hollande to pay a visit so that they can strengthen both political and economic relations. And it doesn't end there. You know that for South Africa in particular, it's a very important occasion this year because it will mark 100 years since some of our soldiers died in these parts of the world. They are marking, I said 100 years. And that centenary will be celebrated, or rather commemorated, on Tuesday. So those were South African soldiers who took part in the First World War. You'd remember that there were many people from South Africa, but the history hadn't recorded properly because the focus was by and large on our white compatriots who had taken part here. But we know there were many other black people. As you saw in that clip, the minister who went to Dieppe to really honor those, those people who are lying there, who are the people who helped shape this country. So what will happen is that they will also be commemorated in Delville Wood on Tuesday. That is part of the visit of the president. And of course, we spoke about trade relations. He is coming with a business delegation. They'll be looking into various sectors into how to strengthen the relations. I can tell you that with the Brexit having happened about a few weeks ago, opportunities appear to be coming very thick and fast for countries of the world. Paris has made it clear that they want really to take over from London. For a long time, London was seen as this financial capital of the world, particularly here in Europe. With them exiting Europe, and I can tell you that Paris is waiting on the wings to grab that chance. And visits like this, they would indeed strengthen those relations, not only with France, indeed with the European Union, but of course, I guess at some later stage, they would also negotiate separate deals with the UK. All in all, it appears that the place to be today or tonight is Paris, France, with those economic relations and, of course, with that football that is going to be happening.
Well, Mzwa, what can we expect the outcome from the presidential state visit to France to be?
We expect a number of agreements to be signed, particularly on agriculture, on arts and on higher education. This is one of the most developed countries in the world, France. We are tapping into that kind of knowledge and expertise so that South Africa can really benefit from some of the advances or of the progress that this nation has made. And South Africa as well is also experienced in various areas, but there is also a trend that has really been happening. French tourists have been coming to South Africa in great numbers. So we are expecting that after this visit, so they'll be able really to be convinced to say South Africa is a place to be. Once that interaction happens, once we get more tourists, so it means something is happening to our economy. Because at the end of the day, when you look at all these visits, so they are intended to benefit the ordinary man in the streets. So, but how that happens, it depends on the political leadership in terms of how they craft the policies really that will make sure that it creates employment on both sides. Once the employment is created, and indeed they benefit. So we expect that after those several agreements that I've mentioned, which includes agriculture, arts and higher education, have been signed, and the issue of tourism as well would really be looked at very, very seriously, because it's one of those sectors that are very key in driving our economic growth, but perhaps maybe in the past was not really looked at very seriously.
And that was our presidential correspondent Mzwandile Mbeje coming to us live from Paris in France.